Hey, everybody, good evening. This is Julie Husbands of Kingdom Citizens Network and Kingdom Style Magazine. It is Sunday evening. We are just a couple of minutes late, but we just needed to make sure everything was working the way it's supposed to be working. And today, this evening, really, I am here with the awesome Dia Marie Barnes. I always call her by her full name because to me it just all goes together. And she is here this evening to talk about her awesome article, Passion to Purpose. um, that she has contributed to my magazine. And I am so excited to have her here. As you're coming in, say hey to us. Good evening from where you are. Hashtag wherever you're from, just to let us know where you're tuning in from. We really appreciate that you're taking your Sunday to join us this evening. So welcome, Miss Dia.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. Hey, Tiandra. Hey, thank you for tuning in on this Sunday evening. We know that everybody, you know, is probably chilling. It's springtime. It's nice out. It's like 60 degrees in Philadelphia. So I get it. So the replay will be here. It will be right on my page. So you'll be able to watch it on the replay if you don't catch it now. So I'm going to jump in and I'm just going to read a little bit of Dia's bio, and then I'm going to just have her talk about DMB Creations and about her a little bit. So for those of you that don't know her, you'll get to know her a little bit tonight, this evening, and a little bit about what she does and how she does it. Because she does it in she's a rock star, okay, in the branding community. So Dia Barnes is the CEO and creator of DMB Creations. Her mission is to provide her community with quality custom apparel, gifts, and business merchandise, bringing their vision to life. She was born and raised in St. Mary's County, Maryland, where she currently resides with her supportive husband, Roger Barnes Jr., and their two children, Keyshawn and Kyla. By profession, she gets to be creative and nurture young minds as a preschool teacher. When she's not in the classroom or creating in her business, she enjoys reading and writing, solo singing concerts around her house, spending time with family and her soul shift sisters. So, welcome, Dia Marie,
Thank you.
to
Thank
Kingdom
you.
Style Magazines as a contributor and to this interview this evening. So, my first question to you would be, how did you come about or go about starting DMB Creations? Where did you begin and
Well,
when?
oh wow. The first thing that D&B Creations was creating was actually I was sewing, making blankets and pillows, and just doing like little arts and craftsy things like here and there. And then
Yeah.
I was introduced to the Cricut by way of T. Andrew Thompson. Couldn't stand the Cricut. Like she laughs every time I tell this story, but when I was first introduced to the Cricut, like I was fun, it had the cartridges and things, and then they upgraded and made it electronic where you didn't have cartridges, you had to hook it up to your computer and design in a design space. I wanted absolutely no parts of the Cricut when they changed it and did all that, but took the time to learn it,
Mhm.
revamp my mind and had to wrap my around about how to use design space and all the things. And here we are, a whole business basically from using a Cricut cutting machine. So I get to do a little bit of everything. T-shirts, I get to do journals, I get to do stickers, I get to do branding items for other people, all from using the cutting machine.
Look at that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And even as you were talking about how DMB Creations came to be, I'm thinking about when I first met you and how um, quiet you were, right? And how you were even then you were um excited about creativity. So not only have you emerged as this boss chick, you smile more, you talk more. And you are a producer. You are a producer of the branding. Let me tell you, people, as you watch, she is the producer of the branding, the marketing. You want your sweatshirt, your t-shirt, your bag, your everything. Dia is the one. Dia and DMB Creations is the one. How do I know? Because I didn't even know that I had a brand until she made my t-shirt a brand. And she made my Boss Chick t-shirt a whole brand, right? So now we have a whole line of stuff um, that says Boss Chick on it. Hey, Ivy, welcome. Thank you for taking your Sunday out. And so um, with that being said, I wanted to even talk a little bit more how your passion to purpose came to be, even a little deeper, based on your article that you contributed to the Kingdom Style magazine. And y'all, our theme for this edition is emerge. It could not be any more appropriate because I have watched Dia emerge. I have watched her business emerge. And spring is about emerging. So it could not be coming into view, is what emerge means, right? So listen, if you have not already seen the copy, the cover of the edition, listen, get your copy today. Get your copy today, because you want to be able to jump in even deeper into her article and those of the other experts that are in there. You will not be disappointed. I wanted to just read a little bit of what Dia submitted, and then we're going to move forward a little bit. Just one paragraph. You have to purchase the magazine to get the whole thing, right? She said she was a licensed childcare provider for the state. And in March of 2020, the governor shut down all daycare due to COVID. With no desire to work outside of the home, my passion for crafting and creating would become my new full-time career. I was already crafting and creating things as a hobby and selling on the weekends. I sold at expos, school events, and vendor shows, which always brought me so much joy. A joy and a fullness I was praying I could experience all the time. God heard my prayers and orchestrated such a beautiful plan to birth my business and cause it to grow in ways I could have never imagined. Before my hobby of crafting would become my career, I had to change my mindset. I had to find out who I was and how I was going to navigate turning my hobby into a business and treat it as such. So let's talk about that. How did you pivot with that mindset of becoming a full-time entrepreneur?
Well, I will say, okay, so 2020 was like, it was crazy for everybody. But I already
Mhm.
knew coming into 2020 that there was going to be some changes. That was even before COVID, because my son was graduating from high school, that my firstborn, we were getting ready for that. I knew I was turning 40, going to be turning 40 also in 2020. So I knew there was going to be some changes, and I was like, okay. And then we added COVID into that. I didn't know how I was going to navigate it. So I reached out to Kim Dennis, Coach Kim, Care Bear Kim, who got me started with, basically getting ready for those milestones and those changes in my life. And the first thing she said, I ask myself this still to this day. The first question she asked me was, "Who is Dia?"
Mm.
And I started, giving her the answer. I was like, "Oh, I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I love kids and all things." She was like, "No, those are titles. I want to
Mm.
know, who is Dia? What makes Dia happy? What brings Dia joy? What does Dia like to do?" And I was like, "I like to hang with my family. I like to take care of my kids." And she was like, "Nope, we're going to stop this right here. We're going to come back to that. You're going to do homework and then, all the things." So that was the first question I had to answer, because I didn't know who I was outside of being a mom, being a teacher, being a friend, being a sister, without all those titles. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Mm-hmm.
had to sit down and look at me and figure out who I was outside of all that. And the
Nice.
only way I could look at myself and figure out who I was is in the word and in Ephesians.
Mm,
And then we started reading Ephesians and all that time. And that's how I figured out who I was and all the things that brought me joy. So that's how that started.
that's good.
Yeah.
So, which leads me to this now. Fast forward to 2024. Mindset
Mhm.
work has been done, hard work has been done, hard work has been done, and continues to be done in the business. Who is Dia Marie Barnes?
Dia Marie Barnes is a woman of God who was created by the Creator to create. I was here to create.
Yay!
I know that's what I was here for. I know that's why I'm here. Like, I couldn't tell you that probably even 6 months ago. But just recently, I think we did at the gathering in December was when I was like, I was created to create. One of the greatest gifts that the creator could give you is to be a creative. And I'm a creative.
Yes,
That's what I'm here
yes,
for. That's what I'm here
yes.
for.
We are created to create. I love
Mhm.
it. Hi, Karen Booth. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey,
We are
Karen.
created to create. We are created to create. Listen, you didn't even skip a beat. This is why I chose you to be on the cover of Kingdom Style magazine for the spring edition. I chose you because I've watched you emerge. I've watched not only you, I've watched you and your business emerge, right? And everyone actually that is in the magazine, also shout out to Ivy Smith, all of the people that pretty much, except for a couple, I have watched you all emerge in your businesses, emerge as women of God, emerge as women, period. So I had to have you on the cover because I needed people to recognize and know, the work that you're doing, because you and I both know, and everybody that's watching here and that will watch later, we know that the algorithms are don't allow all the people that are our followers or our friends here or on Instagram to know, everything that we're doing, because they don't see it all the time. Everybody doesn't see everything. So I wanted to make sure that I use my platform. And actually, I'll segue into that. That is one of the reasons why I use the magazine as another platform outside of social media, so that people can, not just business owners, people in ministry, business owners, people without businesses, but they're experts in their fields or in their vocation. I wanted you all to have, or people, period, to have another platform to showcase what they do,
Mhm.
because not only are we to be making multiple streams of income, we should have multiple platforms as well. Amen. So
Absolutely.
so that's another thing that, if somebody could drop it in the chat, we it's great to have multiple streams of income. We also need multiple streams of platforms, multiple
Yes.
platforms, so that our work can get out there and get as far as it needs to go, and to as many people as it can get to, especially to those people that are called to us and we are called to them.
Mhm.
That's good. That is so good. Um, it goes on to say, with a renewed sense of purpose, I started DMB Creations as a custom apparel and gift business, which we read earlier. Business was going great. I was creating designs, executing them, selling them, and I was having a blast. There's nothing like having fun, because in what you do,
Mhm.
right? Because then it isn't just work.
It's not work. Yes.
It's not work. And that is when I realized my business truly shifted me to my purpose. I'm sorry. Then my business began to shift. I started to notice that I was doing a lot more custom work for other businesses and local events. At first, I pushed back on it. Like, why is no one buying my designs? And that is why I realized my business truly shifted to my purpose. DMB Creations was becoming a business that was helping other businesses grow. So basically, what you did was shift your business from a hobby to a real business.
To a real business. And
To
not
a
just
for real
shifted from,
business.
to a for real business. It
Yeah,
wasn't
talk
that
about
it
that.
wasn't that expensive hobby anymore that I was doing on the weekends. Because and also because during COVID they shut everything down. They didn't have what do you call it, unemployment set up for daycare providers and entrepreneurs. So I had to figure out a way to bring in income, and not being able to go out and do the vendor shows and all the things like that. So I had to figure out another way to bring in income, and doing that was helping other well, first it started making masks because I was sewing. Like when the pandemic shut everything down, everybody needed masks. We didn't know we needed masks. Nobody knew how to get masks. So I was just sewing masks and selling masks. And then we couldn't do the
Yeah.
expos and all those types of things. So when we started to come out of the pandemic, people were coming out with businesses, and we were starting to go back out to expos and things like that. And they needed materials. They needed marketing materials. They wanted, the tablecloths and flyers and different things like that. So that's where I was able to, kind of step in and fill that need, because, nobody wanted to go into the stores and purchase things. And so that's where I came in, where they were able to contact me. I could get your stuff together and ship it out to you.
That's wonderful. And listen, if you are a business owner and you have never utilized DMB Creations, listen, let this week be the week that you begin, because she also does shipping. She also does shipping, y'all. You don't have to do the shipping. See, Dia doesn't like the administrative, and I don't like the shipping. So when the magazine comes out, I send them to her and she ships them out. I have the magazine company send it to them, the printing company send it to her, and she ships it out. I don't like doing that. But I just wanted to say, I want to say this to all the business owners and the aspiring business owners, or even the person that knows they should be in business, but they have it sitting on the shelf, or they are still operating in free 99. Turn to your virtual neighbor and say, free 99 no longer exists.
Stop it.
She says, stop it. I didn't say stop it. She says, stop it.
Stop it.
So stop it. Free 99 no longer exists. And if you could put this in the comments for me, my business is not a hobby. My business is not a hobby. If your business idea is still on the shelf and you have not begun yet, if not now, when? That's right, Karen. No more free 99. The free 99 warehouse is closed, shut down, out of business, gone.
And God wouldn't give you a business just to put it on the shelf either.
Come on. Hello, Bishop Dion Hill, my spiritual father. Thank you for tuning in. Free 99 no longer exists. They keep putting in the comments because they're feeling that. They are feeling that. Free 99 no longer exists.
It is not.
The warehouse is closed, shut down. All the employees have been fired. Okay? Because we are living in a time where I read this statistic. I read this recently, last week, in the Forbes newsletter that I get online. Small businesses make up 44.2% of all the business that we do in the United States.
Okay.
That's almost half. Not quite half, but almost. 44.2%. Small businesses make up all the business, make up that part, that percentage of business. Okay. So if you are a small business owner, stay the course, keep going, keep going, keep going. What would you say to the person who is afraid to take the idea off of their business off the shelf and get started?
Do it afraid. And I believe our mentor, our coach says this all the time. Pastor Shun says, um, if you don't do it, you'll be alive long enough to see somebody else do it. And that stuck, that really hit home for me, because I was watching, what I do. A lot of other people do it. A lot of people make t-shirts. A lot of people do what I do. And if I don't do it, I'm like, somebody else is going to do it. Somebody else is going to pick it up and run with it. And I'll be sitting on the sidelines watching somebody else live the dream that God put inside of me. Yeah. And I wasn't letting that happen.
Yes. Come on. So it's like, it's just like when God has purposed you with something, with an assignment to do. He has given you an assignment and you're like, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I'm afraid, da, 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 da. Just like God did with Jeremiah. Jeremiah's like, you want me to do that? He said, don't look at their faces. So I submit to you, in addition to what Dia just said, if your idea is still sitting on the shelf and you keep looking at it, and you want to do it, but you're afraid, just like she said, do it afraid. What does that look like? That looks like doing your research, because before you start, you have to do your research about the area of business that you want to step out and do. You want to do your research. Case in point, when I started Kingdom Citizens Network in 2015, before I started doing research on businesses like mine, right? Which is an empowerment business. Back then, I didn't know that's what it was called, right? I didn't know that. But I did as much research as I could to find out, okay, what do I need to do to set up an LLC? Do I want to be an LLC or do I want to be a sole proprietor? That's the other thing. You have to decide, what do you want to do? You want to be a sole proprietor to start and then just kick it in later on, maybe a year or two later? Or do you want to be an LLC from the door? Right? Hi, Sonia Jones. Thank you for tuning in. So you have to do your research and make sure that you understand all the tax laws and sit with people like Sonia Jones, who knows all about the tax laws, who knows about accounting. Find that person, because she says in her thing, in her article, it matters who's on your team. Would you agree, Dia?
Absolutely.
It matters who's on your team, who knows more than you. Hey, and Kimberly Dennis.
Google it. Google is your friend. And we have all this information now with Chat GPT, so it's not like you're doing it by yourself. And I know when I started doing my research, YouTube University was my best friend. Like if I needed to figure out, the latest, greatest t-shirt design or something I wanted to try, go on YouTube, Google it.
Yeah.
It's out. All the information is out there.
Google. The information is there. The our social media empire. Our coach tells us about our social media empire just about every Monday. Okay. Facebook, Instagram, all the things, right? If you use Twitter, if you use, what's the other one? LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, use them while they're free. And they're people that are always posting information on these platforms for free that you can learn how to grow, how to build your business. So I encourage the person who is afraid, don't let fear stop you from beginning your business, starting your business, stepping out. You know why? Because there are people that are waiting on you.
Yep.
There are people that are waiting on you. You have something that they need, and you will be a solution to them. And just to Dia speak to Karen Booth's point. She said somebody was selling purses when she started. I wanted to pinpoint that simply because it doesn't matter who's selling the same thing as you. You are you and they are them.
Yeah. And I even taught people to do what I do, because there's money out here for everybody.
Yeah.
There's how many billion people on the planet. Like we can all do it.
Absolutely. Right? Take that messy action. Yes, Karen, take that messy action. Start. You can tweak stuff later. You can make it pretty later.
Yep.
Right? But begin, because if you don't begin, the dream doesn't come to pass. What does that mean? A dream doesn't come to pass without much work. The Bible says activity. Right? So we have to participate in our dream. We have to participate in the thing that we want to see emerge from our business. If we want to see our business emerge, if we want to see our business grow, then we are going to have to be the person that is fueling that thing with the help of the Holy Ghost, because he's going to tell us what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, because he has all the intel. And there's so much. There's so not much is not the word. There's so many magazines, thousands of them across the United States and across the world. Right. And I remember when I started the magazine in 2018, and I hope that this encourages someone. They asked me a question. They said, why would you start a magazine when there's thousands of them out there? I said, that has nothing to do with me. I'm not focused on what they're doing. I'm focused on what I'm supposed to do, which is to create another platform for people to showcase their businesses, their books, their talent, their fashion, their whatever, tell their story, because everybody doesn't have a business, but they have a testimony. They have a story that they can tell, that when the reader picks up the hard copy or they read the magazine online, they could happen upon something that could shift their whole paradigm. Right? So please don't ever think that what you're doing is small. It's too small. It's not too much. It's not good enough. Nobody wins just starting out at the top. Excuse me. Nobody starts out at the top.
Right.
No one.
And there's only one you, and everybody isn't going to do it the same. Everybody's not going to do it like you do it.
Yep.
It was given to you for a reason. So you're supposed to be out there doing it.
Yep. So go do it.
Do it.
So let's talk about on the days when our discipline and us are not friends, right? When you wake up on a particular day and discipline is like, let's go. I can hear Heather right now, right? Let's go. And the bed says 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. And that 5 minutes comes and goes by like 15 minutes. So what would you say to an entrepreneur, someone aspiring to be in business, and even the current entrepreneurs? What would you say to them on those days when it's challenging? I'm not going to say hard, challenging, when it's challenging to continue to do the work that you know that you're supposed to do and continue to build.
Okay. So I was going to say, I don't usually have those days. I'm like that opposite person. I'm that go, go, go. And God's telling me you need to sit still person. Like I'm being told I need to sit still. So I'm learning to sit still and be still and take those days off. But I will say, when you have those moments that you don't know why you question why you're doing it. I'm tired. I don't feel like doing it. For me, it's, I forgot who said it, but it's remembering your why. Remembering why you're doing it.
That's good. And
remembering your why, but also remembering your goals. Because you sitting in bed, how is that moving you closer to your goal? You laying in bed, how is that you fulfilling your purpose? You laying
That's
in
good.
bed, those types of things. So, and that's me talking to myself when I
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Mm-hmm.
something's getting hard, not necessarily I don't want to do it, but I feel like it's hard. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is hard. Let me skip this and go to the next thing. No, put a pin in it and then go back to it later. And I think you told me that. Like, don't walk away from it, just put a pin in it and
Yep.
say you're coming back to it later.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then the sitting still, like I'm that go, go, go. I feel like I'm in this office like all the time. And I'm like, I wonder if Roger's like, I need her to get out of the office. Like, come spend some time with, that's my thinking. I'm like, am I in here too much? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
having to take the time to like today, I was like, okay, I know I was doing this interview at 5 o'clock. I'm like, I have a hard stop at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna go do my hair. I'm gonna do my nails. Those types of things. So that's me slowing down, being still, taking time out for myself. So you don't get so overwhelmed with being an entrepreneur. And you have to rest your mind,
Yeah.
because that's where when you rest your mind is where that focus and the creativity begins to come back again. So you have to rest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you rest your mind, your body will rest.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
learned that. I
that's
learned
when
that.
the creativity starts to flow again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Hillary Bell. Thank you for tuning in. So, what are some of the things that you do for self care as a businesswoman?
Oh, so my favorite is hula hooping. I have a weighted
Mm.
hula hoop. And I don't ask me to do like a regular hula hoop. I cannot do a regular hula hoop. But I learned at 40, no, it was right before my 40th birthday, how to use a hula hoop, but it was a weighted hula hoop. And
Mm.
it's good exercise. It's cardio, big time cardio. I like to ride my bike. I like to play. My favorite thing too is basketball. We have like a little basketball court outside, so the weather is
Nice.
about to break. So just going outside, being outside, whether I'm hula hooping, riding the bike, walking, just being active.
That's good. And those are all great things. Those are all great things. Walking, hula hooping. I like to dance
Mm-hmm.
around the house. My daughter gives me the side eye. I don't care. um, so the young people, they just they're something else. But I find ways that um causes me to have to move away from my desk,
Mm-hmm.
move away from my work area, because if you don't move away from your work area, you're going to be sitting there all day long.
And burnout, and that's where the burnout comes from.
Yeah. And if you're burnt out, you can't produce.
Nope.
Can't produce for you. You can't produce for um, your family, as in, be the mom, be the wife. Or
Mm-hmm.
if you're a single mom, be there for your kids. Right. So it's very important as we build, as we go after our goals, as we know what our why is, why we are in business. We have to make sure, especially us women, because we are always ready to do the thing. We are always ready to produce. We're always ready to create something new, create, or just keep building, just keep building. But we have to remember to take care of ourselves, right? Because it's very important for the mind. It's also very important to pay attention to our bodies. When I know exactly how my body feels like when I haven't drank enough water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sluggish, irritable, you know, um, and I know when I need rest. That's the reason why I go to bed at 9 o'clock, except for Monday nights,
Except for my.
right? Except for Monday nights. So listen, y'all. Um, I want you all to understand, and I know that some of you who are in the inner circle community that are here, this is, preaching to the choir, but sometimes we have to hear it more than once, more than twice, more than 20 times, because we have a tendency to forget,
Yeah.
to drink the water, to forget to get up from the desk, you know, once every hour or once every hour and a half. We forget to do this. We forget to do that. That's concerning us. But when it comes to the kids and the husband, we don't forget. We don't forget the things we're supposed to do for them. So what am I saying? What are we saying? It's okay to do something for you.
Absolutely. I
It's
have
okay.
timers.
It's
I have
okay. I'm
timers for
sorry.
everything. I have like timers for everything. Like if I said I'm going to straighten up my room, I'll be like, Alexa, set the timer for 15 minutes. She likes me now because me and Alexa had issues before, but we're good now. So I'll set, timer. I'm like, oh, I need to sit down and read. I need to sit down and take a break. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes. I have a lot of different timers and
Mhm.
alarms just to remind yourself, drink water, you know, stand up for a minute, when you're you don't want to sit too long. Go
Yeah.
walk around the house, walk up the steps, do anything, just move.
Yes.
Just
Kim
move.
Dennis, you already know the story, which I will not tell here, but you already know the story, Kim Dennis, of what happens when I sit too long. And, she already knows. Um, what is the most, what is the, well, I'm going to say three. Name three. Can you name three favorite things that you love to do the most in your business?
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So I'll say it's all creating products, but I'll say creating labels for people. I love making the labels. I love doing the apparel. And my new favorite is creating journals and workbooks,
Mm-hmm.
especially the workbooks. Like I just did the Joyful Loops affirmations workbook, handwriting workbook. I think
Yeah.
that's probably one of my favorite things to create because it adds my love for teaching and kids with my love for creativity and put them both together, and it's helping the kids and I was able to create something. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite right now.
That's
Yeah.
good. My For me, my favorite thing about everything that I do is seeing women win, seeing in on the empowerment side, seeing them let go of old stuff, letting go of the weight that's on their backs, letting go of weight that's not theirs, letting go, forgiving, and just walking them out. I have seen you do that.
I was gonna say you helped me through everything you just said.
Yeah, I've seen you do that. So it's time, ladies, not just because we're business women, but because it is time for us to emerge. And what does emerge mean? To come into view. That means to be seen, for you to be seen, for the type of person that you are to be seen, for the God in you to be seen, right? Especially if you're kingdom entrepreneurs, and it's for women, period. Because at this point I'm talking to women, right? So it's important that we come out from behind the mask, that we come out from behind the walls that we put up and we hide behind them. It's time to emerge. It's time to move past all the things that we have held on to, let go of them, and step out and do the work that you are called to do, the work of helping other women, the work of, like Dia works with children, whatever it is that God has told you to do. Robin Wilson Tucker's here. Hi, Robin. Thank you for tuning in. She is the LinkedIn guru. Okay. I have watched her emerge. I've watched her step out. So look, it's 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 time, period. It's time for us to move. It's time for us to grow and become, and it's time for us to become $1 million experts. Yes, I said it.
Amen. And it's so much better on the other
Yes,
side.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's absolutely the best of the best, really, to come out on the other side, because I know, for me, I know where I've come from. I know where I was hiding. I know all about that. I know all about that.
Look, me too.
So, but now I'm out here because I chose, because everything starts with a thought. Everybody says everything starts with a decision, but really and truly, everything starts with a thought. And then the decision is up to you. It is up to you and me and all of us. We make a decision. Hi, Tracy Calhoun. Thank you for tuning in. That is my hairstylist, bar none. She is wonderful. If you need, let me just give her a shameless plug. If you want your hair to be, listen, I can't even go into detail, but I'm just going to say this. Go on down if you're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or anywhere in the Pennsylvania area. Listen, go on down to 2437, 2747. Tracy, can you put your address if you're still here, can you put it in the comments? North 47th Street is all I know. City Line Avenue. Listen, if you live in Maryland, just come on up the highway. Listen, she specializes in hair care. This woman of God has me out here growing my hair. And I didn't want to. Just the top. Right? So shout out to her. Tracy, good to see you. She's not, I shouted her out, you guys, because she is never on Facebook. Never. So thank you for tuning in, you guys. Thank you for tuning in, Keisha Jackson, who I got to talk to me. Hello. All the people are here. I love it. Thank you, Kim, for tuning in. So listen, you guys, we are almost finished. We're not going to hold you guys hostage. I just wanted to make sure that everybody that I know, from the rooted to the tutor, knows about Dia Marie Barnes and DMB Creations. And I wanted to, this is one of the ways that I promote the magazine once it's out, to showcase the contributors that are available to be on. So thank you, Dia, for being on this evening. Before we get ready to go, I want you to know, you're welcome, Tracy, and thank you for putting the information out there. 2743 North 47th Street. That is off of City Line Avenue and 47th Street. And she does the best hair care, has the best products. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. So, Dia, what would be the one thing that you would tell an aspiring entrepreneur to look out for that you have learned that has really helped you, I should say?
I would say don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's good.
Because you will grow from your mistakes. You will definitely grow from your mistakes. And you have to take risks as well. And you're going to make mistakes, but don't be afraid to make mistakes. I'm still making mistakes. Good. We learn. That's how we learn, and that's how we grow.
I have both hands up. I'm still making mistakes, right? Business is a risk, just like love is a risk. Loving somebody is a risk, but we jump in, right? And like Dia said, we learn from the mistakes. We try not to keep repeating those mistakes over and over and over again, right? Because those mistakes then become habits. And that's another story for another live, right? Mm-hmm. But just showing up, you guys, show up in your business. Nobody can participate more in your business than you. Nobody. Show up in your business. Yes. And of course, support other business. Link tables. How has that been working for you, linking tables?
It's been amazing. Because I thought I was that person who thought, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. And when you say entrepreneur, some people take it as solopreneur, like you're supposed to do everything by yourself. No, don't do it by yourself. There's always somebody out there who knows more and does better than you do. And if you need to link tables with that person for you to grow, then link tables with that person. And for me, it's been awesome, like linking tables and working with other people. And it helps both of you. It's not just for you. It's for, if you're building kingdom businesses, you're not meant to do it by yourself. You're not meant to be a solopreneur.
Say it one more again for the people in the virtual back. Say it one more time.
If you're building kingdom businesses, you weren't meant to build them alone. You weren't meant to be a solopreneur. Link tables.
Listen, did y'all hear that? We are not meant to do business alone. We are not called to be islands and to be isolated. We are out here. Listen, they say if there's not a seat at the table, make your own table. We can make our own tables and then link it with somebody else's.
Hello. Yep.
Okay. Link those tables and get to moving. You go further faster with help.
Yep.
Right. And I believe in sitting at the elbow of somebody that knows more than me. I will do it till Jesus cracks the sky. There's always going to be somebody that knows more than you, especially in the area that you are doing your business in.
Yeah. And I'm a teacher and I love to be a student. I'm always going to be a student.
Yep. And there's always going to be a perspective that you didn't consider.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we have to remember as business owners is we are not the end all be all of our businesses. We're not.
It's not even our business.
I was about to say it, dear. I was about to say it, but you beat me to it. God is the owner of our businesses. We're stewards. We're stewards. So every idea, every grand idea, every great idea, it all comes from him. Right? That's why when we get up in the morning and we talk to him about what our day is going to be like, we need to sit and wait for him to say, but I want you to do this today. And you have to be okay with that. Be okay with him calling an audible. Tell the people of God what an audible is who might not know what an audible is, Dia.
Where he's going to come in, you might think you're going this way, he's going to tell you go that way. Might not be what you want, but it'll always be what you need.
It will always, there you go. It would always be what you need every single time. So you might as well get to the place where when you hear that audible, no, it's not the devil, it's God telling you not to turn left. Turn left because down the road 3 blocks is an accident that you can't see. Down the road 3 blocks is something that you might not have to go that way. But over here, he wants you, maybe you might run into somebody that needs what you have. See?
Or he's trying to save you from yourself.
Stop yourself from stopping yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So it's so much that goes into, building a business and linking tables. We started out, for those of you who are just coming on, we started off talking about mindset and why it's so important to pivot and shift in your mindset when it comes to business, especially if you're building a kingdom business. That means God is in the epicenter of that thing. Right? And we don't forget to give him the glory. We don't forget to tell him, okay, I might not like that, Father, but I will obey. And at the end of it all, we realize that God knows best anyway. Not even at the end. How about in the middle?
From the beginning.
Like he knows best anyway from the door. Has all the intel and everything, right? So we might as well just go ahead and just do what he's asked us to do and how he's directing us to do it, right? So I thank you, Dia, so much. Again, I told y'all I don't want to hold y'all hostage. We have 6 more minutes. So 6 more minutes. Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask Dia? If you do, you can put it in the comment and I'll ask her. In the meantime, while you're thinking about a question, what do you have next coming up at DMB Creations?
Let's see. I have my Cricut class coming out. That's going to be going out tomorrow. The flyer for that will be going out tomorrow. I have 15 slots. It's going to be a free Cricut design course, a beginner's Cricut design course. I also have, what else do I have? I have a pop-up coming up on the 29th. Local, it's going to be a local pop-up. I'll probably go live while I'm at the pop-up. And I also have the Joyful Loops handwriting affirmation workbook out there for the kids already. The pre-orders have started to ship. So if you have a little one who you want to learn cursive, there's also print in there, and there's little affirmations for them to read and write as well. So if you have littles, and they make great, look, put them in their Easter baskets for later.
That's awesome. Dia makes really great things for littles. She really, really does.
I love the littles.
All her stuff is wonderful. So pay attention to her Facebook page, Dia Barnes, and her business page, DMB Creations. Pay attention to those pages for what's coming out tomorrow and for the rest of the week and moving forward. Okay. You're welcome, Erica. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as far as I'm concerned, I have the magazine is out. The wonderful Dia Marie is on the front, as you know, on the cover, as you know. And I will be putting the link in the comments after this, so that if anybody wants to order, you can go ahead and order. Just allow 2 weeks for shipping. Okay. Also, listen, beginning in April, I will be starting, how can I say it? I will be looking for additional business women, experts in your field. You don't necessarily have to be a business owner, but if you're a business owner, that's fine. I'm looking for business owners. If you have a book that you want to launch on another platform, if there's a conference that you have that's coming up. So the flyer for advertising in Kingdom Style Magazine will be coming out in April, because we will be releasing the summer issue in August. I usually do it around August, so it doesn't intertwine with all the other stuff that I have to do. Okay, so look out for that. And you can follow me on Julie Husbands. You can also follow me on Instagram under Kingdom Citizens Network. Julie Husbands is under Facebook. My on Facebook also is Kingdom Citizens Network. That is the name of my business. Kingdom Style Magazine is a subsidiary of Kingdom Citizens Network. It also has its own page on Facebook. So you can find me. You can also find me on LinkedIn under my name and under Kingdom Citizens Network. So thank you all so much. Keep an eye out. Also, you guys, tag us and let us know what you're doing. Tag us, because Dia says she doesn't care. She doesn't care if you tag her.
Tag me. Just tag me.
Yeah. So just tag us and let us know what you're doing, so that we can, that's also linking tables when you help people, support people, other women, and what they're doing. It doesn't take anything away from us to share a flyer. It doesn't take anything away from us, you guys. So feel free to tag us. Feel free to go to my page and see what's there and see what you like. You will also find my Thrive for 55 laser coaching offer out there. That runs until the end of the month, and moving forward, the price will change. So if I were you, I would jump in while it's $55 for 30 minutes. So I didn't see any questions on here. Thank you again, everybody that tuned in. Erica, shout out to Keisha Jackson. Shout out to Tiandra. Shout out to Kim, Dennis. Thank you for tuning in. Karen Booth, all the way from Arkansas. I was gonna say something else. Oh, Tracy, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody. Oh, my sister, Sandra Jones, my sister from another mother, Sandra Jones, all the way from Canada. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Robin Wilson Tucker. Thank you, Hillary, for tuning in, and everybody else that I can't see. Thank you, Sonia Jones. Thank you, Bishop Hill. Thank you all so much. And thank you so much again, Dia Marie. It
Thank
was wonderful
you.
having you here. Thank you for doing this. And I appreciate you oh so much. Have a good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday evening to you all. Enjoy the rest of your evening.